just made it to the Sydney International Airport. Had to get up pretty early, had to get up at 4 o'clock out of the Ibis. Wasn't an amazing place to stay, but for 160 bucks near the airport, it's about right. So just about to jump on Singapore Airlines. Hopefully we get through nice and quick. There's already a line though, so everyone knows to get here early now. That's what everyone's telling us. Hopefully we can get through to one of the Amex lounges or something. We can take a bit of pressure off. But it's going to be a long day. It's probably going to be 16 hours of travel by the time we get to our first leg, which is Pattaya, Chonburi, Thailand. So, you know, guys, we'll better get back in my spot. Here we go. Selena's going to work out our mask exemptions. We'll see how good we go. She doesn't have one. It's me and crew. Okay, hey, what's up, guys? We're about to head off onto the Singapore Airlines flight, connecting to Singapore. Usually pretty good. Plane seats usually pretty comfy. You know, hosties are pretty nice. Food's actually really good. Last time I flew on there, but it's been a while, so who knows? Maybe there's a few things changed. And as always, international flights, it's free alcohol. So you want to keep that blood thin so you don't get any blood clots. All right, we'll see you soon. Little tip for Singapore Airlines: when anyone's got a mask exemption, you might have to show it 3 or 4 or 5 times. It can't just be shown at the gate. Connect to your file, like happened to us. And then we're going to do it again. It's a whole big hoo-ha. And I reckon in 2 weeks it'll all be gone. It'll all be gone. Everyone will come back to the reality. So that's okay. We'll just put up with it. About 5:30 at Suvarnabhumi Airport. Took a good 40 minutes to get through the first section, which is the Thai pass. It was mayhem. It was horrible. Then about half hour, 20 minutes to get through immigration. That was crap. And we just turned up and we realised that Selena's bag did not make it through. It's lost. It's a big bag, so which normally wouldn't stress me out. However, because we're going away for a bit of time, and then we're not going to stay in Bangkok. So trying to get that bag relocated from wherever the hell it is to us before we shoof off again, that's probably a bit of a concern. So come on, steady, man. So anyway, I'm here at Suvarnabhumi, and I just want to, while I'm here, I just want to point over to all the gardens in here. They've done an upgrade on Suvarnabhumi Airport. And there's a little cool little pyramid-y sort of things. People are sitting outside there, a bit of a rest area. So you know what? I do love this, and even though you know, Singapore Airlines flights are pretty good, you know, and I still lost my baggage, I still prefer them over Qantas. All right, well, we'll let you know when we arrive in Pattaya. All right, see you guys. Bye. I can't hold it steady. Oh. Hey guys, just thought I'd take this opportunity to do a bit of a recap of the day. We just finally got out of the airport at Suvarnabhumi in Pattaya, sorry, in Bangkok, and we're on our way to Pattaya now. It's going to be about 90 minutes in the van, so but he's hooking along, so it might be 80 minutes. It's been a huge day for everyone. Everyone's probably tired, even though they're pretending they're not tired, except me. Woke up at 4 o'clock this morning Australian time, and straight into, you know, from the Ibis Red near the international airport.
Not too bad for being close for what it is. It's expensive for what it is though, like, you know, just it's all about the distance. Nothing else is super exciting about it. We still got there at 4:45, which is like, yeah, you know, they say turn up 3 hours before your international flight. So, you know, like 4:45 in the morning, and we're still probably about 20 in the line straight up, you know, to get in. It's really funny, like the Australian Singapore airline people, probably a bit different than what I was expecting. The girl took our bags at the counter, she was nice, she was lovely, happy to give our mask, in theory, load up our mask exemptions. Didn't really happen. She was pretty shocked. We weren't fitting the vaccine schedule for flying to Thailand, so that you'd seen the look on her face, which is really interesting. Really interesting for someone in the airline industry to not realise the rest of the world exists outside of Australia. And then, yeah, went down the Amex Lounge. I've shown the Amex Lounge. I thought the Amex Lounge was pretty good actually. It's just been done up, so the food wasn't real huge variety, but it was just good. It was hot. It was easy. Everything was clean. You know, even when you sit at your table, they've got the little charge points for your USB cords, which I think is actually a nice touch as well. So even if you have a booth, you can still charge your phones with, you know, 2 or 3 points. So that was pretty cool. Big screens down there. Toilet showers weren't working. Not that I wanted one, but I just took note of that. Then we went up to the gate to you know, in Australia to you know, get onto the plane for Singapore Airlines to Singapore. And the Australian worker there, so you can tell that when it's someone who's not international and not, you know, jumping back on being a hostess and flying back to their natural country, Singapore. We were in the line, we lined up because we're at the back section of the plane. And Selena's thought ahead and gone, hey, look, down at the counter, the lady was supposed to attach our mask exemptions to our, you know, seats effectively. And she's just like, no, oh my god, this is going to be a big issue. This is going to be a real big issue. Australian girl, Australian. This is going to be a big issue. Took our JP certified doctor's letters. Mine's from a heart surgeon, Crew's from his GP. Took them, walked over to, like, you know, the check-in counter desk thing. Stood there. They all stood there for about 5 minutes. They're all reading them. They're looking at it. And then she went to take them into, like, the pilots or something. And took them to the plane. We didn't get them back. Which is really interesting. Took them to the plane. So that was really strange. You know, it was a drama. It was her drama. It's very different. You know, Australian staff treat us a bit differently. However, once we're on Singapore Airlines, wasn't a big deal. They still did though. Getting onto the plane, actually going to the gangplank, getting on the plane, they did ask me about it. I said, no, I'm just, you know, given me exemptions. That's 3 times we had to ask it on the Australian leg to get on the airplane. So anyway, finally got down there. Forgot to get earplugs because we sort of, you know, stressed about other stuff. Food was good. Food's always good on Singapore Airlines. Seats comfortable. Aisles are wide. Staff are pretty good on there. We're usually really happy to fly with them. So that wasn't a big drama at all. Slow though. Delay in taking off, and really about 8 hours to Singapore. It probably should be about 7.5. So we arrived in Singapore late and really didn't have time to do anything. Just basically get off the plane, race over to the little monorail shuttle thing to go to Terminal 3, basically straight into the plane again. And what was nice about the Singapore leg and the Singapore staff on Singapore Airlines is they said, oh, Mr. Butler, yes, we know you've got a mask exemption, please, sir. Yep, okay, that's you. Oh, Mr. Butler, yep, come through, no worries. This is when I got to the plane. So I don't blame Singapore Airlines at all. This is the Australian staff mentality. You know, like they think that I don't know what they think they're doing. They're playing detective, or maybe they got bullied at school. You know, this is their turn to be in charge of something. Really shit, actually. So, whole lot of crap. Anyway, so another 2.25 hours in there. Food was good again. Had the tom yum noodles actually with prawns. That was really good. So a little bit of ice cream. Got off the plane, you know, and we arrived early in Suvarnabhumi, Bangkok. I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, yep, you beauty. So we finally get out of there. And sometimes when you turn up at Suvarnabhumi, you have to get on a little bus to get off the plane, and then to go to the gate. We didn't have to do that sort of thing, and yep, because that usually chews up a bit of time. Yep, cool, here we are, we're getting off, and then we, through about 4 of those big walk-a-ladder things. It's a long way. We pulled up a long way from where we need to go, and boom, ran into like about 400 people squashed into these little areas, all trying to get through the Thai pass checkpoints. So there was probably about 8 or 10 Thai pass checkpoints. So you had to have your Thai pass there, passport as well, and your boarding ticket. So that took ages to get through, and it would show you there. You get to see a sea of people. It wasn't a happy experience. There's a lady there yelling at everyone to put a mask on over their nose. I had to yell back that I've got, I cannot do it. So I was like, "Pom my day," I cannot. My doctor said I cannot. So handed her the 2 exemptions for me and Cruz from his GP. When we finally got to the Thai pass checkpoint, so we're all dragging bags and stuff. There was a lot of bags today. I'm not used to travelling like this, so it's a new experience. And she pretended to sit there and read our exemptions for a minute, like she can read English well, and so and then just kind of conversed with her other girl, co-worker there. Then eventually gave it back to us. So okay, through that. So that's probably 40 minutes through that section. And then like you're racing around another big long section. Take a right turn, another 500 meters, and boom, smack bang into the immigration again. Immigration aren't interested in your Thai pass at all. Like if you try and hand it to them, they'll just like basically throw it in the bin. They're all about getting your fingerprints, understanding the accommodation number that you're going to be staying at, because that's all that they're saying. Do not turn up unless you've got something written on your boarding pass at the moment, because what they want to do is understand that if someone is sick, they kind of know where you're staying, which is fair. That's fine. We had that sorted. Finally got through. So realistically, it probably took about an hour and 45 to get through those 2 sections. Finally worked out we're at carousel 23. Carousel 23, there's no bags left, and then there's a guy there. It's a bit bumpy on the old highway to Pattaya, on the Sukhumvit highway to non-Sukhumvit. So finally got there, and there's a big guy holding a sign, and it's got Park written on it. I'm like, okay, maybe that's our taxi guy, and maybe I booked it in Selena's name, Park. So I'm like, cool, Selena, pull out our little thing for the taxi. And no, it was just some guy just informing us politely that Selena Park has a bag still in Singapore, like her bag, like the bag that's got all of her stuff in it. So that was kind of another little needle in the side there. We're like, we've already taken an hour 45 to get out of the airport, and we're still not out of the airport, just at the carousel bags. And we finally got there. Selena's bags are missing, and so I just sort of let Selena handle that for a little bit, so we weren't sort of bombarding the guy at the counter. Sounds like it's on the next plane from Singapore to Suvarnabhumi, and they're going to somehow transport it to where we're staying, which is problematic in itself because it doesn't have a desk. We're sort of staying at an Airbnb. We're staying at a residence it's involved in a hotel. It doesn't really have a front desk. So, however, they reckon they're going to call us tomorrow, and we should be able to get those bags. So fingers crossed that all doesn't go to shit, and we can get sorted. Otherwise, the markets are open tomorrow. We have to go buy a bag and a whole lot of new clothes for Selena, which she doesn't really want to do. She likes her clothes. Anyway, so it's probably not far. We'll be pulling into Pattaya, and even though we're all tired and that, I'm still I can't help but get excited whenever I'm travelling on this highway. I know I'm going somewhere fun. I know that I'm going to a place that's full of memories, and really good memories for me, fun memories. Got some friends still in Pattaya. I want to catch up with them, and Selena loves it too. And we've had some great times together in Pattaya, with us. This is different. We're taking crew along to one of our little haunts, which is probably 6 or 7 years before I would have really wanted to do that with him, because it's a very different place. However, this is what we're doing on our way to Mexico, and so be it. The world's changed, the world's speeding up. We're all bringing forward our plans by a decade, 10 years, so this is what we're doing now. So I'll be interested to see how it turns up when we get into Pattaya. I'll try and get when we get into Central, down Central Road, and probably hang a left, I would assume, into Soi Buakhao, I'll try and do a bit of filming. And for those who know that area, still sounds like there's a lot of places that aren't open, where they're all trying to get back and be open, but it sounds like there's still a lot of places that are not open. So that'll be interesting. Talk to Terry, mate of mine in there, and I was like, well, Terry, you know, Thai mentality with trying to make up for 2 years of lost money, how they just like doubled their prices plus inflation. He said, no, it's all pretty much 2019 prices for, you know, drinks and bar stuff. So I thought that was pretty interesting. They actually must really want the money then, you know. They've actually thought about it and gone, well, we need to compete for the small amount of dollar that's there, because it's still not fully flooded with Chinese tourists or Russian tourists like it used to be. It sounds like there's a large Indian contingent now, and not that many Australians. You know, even though there's plenty of Australians that do like going, most of them are probably like expats that live here half of the time, and they've got wives or girlfriends in the country, and they just sort of flow through. It's not really the holiday, you know, 2 weeks with the boys type of thing that's going on. However, we're on a reconnaissance for some of the lads and as well, so we'll see what's going on. Not sure what we're doing tomorrow. I reckon since we've been travelling since 4 in the morning Australian time, we won't pull up till midnight Australian time. So that is a big day, and crew thinks he's handling it well, so that's very interesting. I think tomorrow will be all shitty. We're just going to probably hang out and do the pool. Might try and squeeze a little gym session in. I might do a little video from the gym session, and then I've got to Skype with the client 3 o'clock in the daytime. It's like, you know, we're all still working. It's a working adventure, working holiday. So I've still got to do stuff because people need me. So anyway, guys, that was pretty much our big day. It was good for crew. Good for crew. He obviously likes being on a plane because he gets soft drinks and ice cream and gets to watch his videos and movies and things and that. But I was done with it after being in, you know, basically being in aeroplanes for 10 hours. You know, and then you add about another 4 or 5 hours of airport walking around and paperwork and shit. So I'm done. I'm actually done. So anyway, I might just pull up and have some pool time tomorrow, both actually at the swimming pool and also try and shoot some pool, see if there's someone around for a game. Anyway, guys, just thought I'd do a recap because that was a huge day for us. It really sort of tailors off what we were doing today, and I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. Besides a few things I know about, a few of my appointments, we might go around and see if we can show you guys a bit of the city and see what's changed and see what's stayed the same. All right, I will talk to you all later on. Swadee Cap.